Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the Passive Income and Political Podcast. I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I don't have any guests lined up. I'm just raw dogging it by myself here. So feel free to join the chat, jump in there, jump into the chat, and we're going to talk a little bit today about Canadian news, Canadian politics, some things going on with in the business world. And obviously, first up, the big news story today in Canada. A couple big news stories this morning when I turned the radio on, or actually, the radio is always on in the garage when I go out and sit and have my morning coffee and morning tea. So the two big stories were which one was it that I not notifications? No, not that one, not that one. Okay. Oh, I messed up. Well, that's what happens when you're live. Okay, let's jump into the second story, which was also another big story today while I try to find the other one. So obviously the two big stories today were the Air Canada strike ending and the Air Canada strike ending and Pierre Poilievre winning, as you saw in the thumbnail, Pierre Poilievre winning Battle River Crowfoot. So that's the one I'm looking for to start. We'll start with the Air Canada news. And so, Union, Air Canada strike is over. The Air Canada strike has ended. The union representing 10,000 flight attendants announced it had reached a tentative deal with the airline via mediation on Tuesday morning. The plan, which provides pay for duties performed on the ground. And that was obviously the big sticking point. The flight attendants were only being paid for time in the air. And obviously, they did a lot of work when they punched in for their shift when they get to the airport and they're on the ground. And then after the plane lands as well, you're still working. So obviously, that was the number one sticking point is they were only being paid for time in the air. So yeah, this is great to see right here. The plan, which provides pay for duties performed on the ground, must be still ratified by membership in order to officially end the walkout, which began Saturday and canceled flights affecting 130,000 passengers daily. Air Canada said it would resume some flights starting Tuesday evening, but it could take up to 10 days to fully restore service. So, yeah, that is obviously good news that they're in agreement. Great news for the flight attendants that they are finally going to be getting paid for the time that they're actually working. Can you imagine going to work for like, say an 8 or 10 hour shift and only being paid for like 6 or 7 of those hours? Like, who does that? Nobody does that, right? So now, and I understand, I get it. Like, I've been listening to a lot of on the radio a few days ago. They were interviewing a flight attendant who had been doing the job since like 1998 or something. So she's got 27 years experience, and she was saying, well, back then that pay model, it made sense because they were very well paid. So it wasn't like a big deal back then. But she was saying basically my pay has not increased that much since 1998. And obviously, as we all know, the cost of living has skyrocketed over and over again in those 27 years. So uh, kudos to her for or kudos to all of them, all the flight attendants, and hopefully they will get that deal ratified, and hopefully they can, you know, get things going again. Now, this was actually the one I was going to start with. Let me just give a minute to uh, find it again because so this one is from. Okay, just give me a second to put it up on screen. Here we go. From Cat Canada with over 223,000 followers. So yeah, I love this. So yeah, obviously Pierre Poilievre. I like this picture so much that I used it for the thumbnail. I borrowed it from Kat. I'm not sure where she got it from, but I love this post. People should comment this pic under every anti-Poilievre CBC global news, CTV, and other propaganda outlet posts flood the comments section, laughing, laughing, crying, smiley face. So, yeah, great news for Pierre Poilievre getting Ag's seat back in the House of Commons, and we can the fun will begin. Basically, the fun will begin again once uh, the House of Commons resumes in later, I believe in September. Right, they come back to sitting in the House in September. So, and hopefully some things can finally get done in Canada as well. And obviously, it's extremely hard for things to get done when it is a minority government. But hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we can actually get a few things accomplished in this next session of Parliament. And we'll see where we're at with obviously tariffs, Donald Trump. That's always going to be a topic of discussion. And it's just, I guess it's really a matter of time, and it really has been widely reported as well. It's sort of downplaying, oh, these 35% tariffs on Canada, well, that's only on non-CUSMA, Canadian, US, Mexico uh, trade agreement. So only on the non-CUSMA compliant goods, which obviously there are some industries greatly affected, steel and aluminum, the auto industry as well. So there is still things that need to be worked out for sure. But hopefully, like I said, Parliament will resume. Things can get done. We can finally get some type of trade agreement with Donald Trump in the United States. But even if we do get a trade deal with Donald Trump, who knows how long it'll last till Donnie just decides, okay, I don't like that anymore, even though it was the greatest trade deal of all time when I signed it, which is obviously kind of what happened with Kuzma, right? He's the one who signed it back in 2017 or 2018, whatever year that was, and touted it as the greatest trade deal ever, and now he's saying how unfair it is. So who knows? It's tough to say. Oh, yeah, another big thing, obviously, the month of August, we're still Team Water, so that link is in the description. Team Water. I don't have my Team Water t-shirt on. It's in the wash. I've been wearing it so much, I definitely need to get it washed. And so, but like, yeah, link in the description to Team Water. And did you see that the other day? Let me see if I can find that post as well, because obviously Mr. Beast, Mark Rober, as we know, they've done this before with Team Trees, planting 20 million trees, and then again with Team Seas, raising money to clean over 30 million pounds of trash out of oceans and rivers and waterways. So absolutely amazing accomplishment there. But so yeah, Team Water is obviously the new initiative, and Mr. Beast. Let me see if I can just find that from yesterday, where someone was like, Mr. Beast is pure evil, and then he saw that post too, so obviously he commented on it, and I'm just trying to find. Give me a minute. I'm almost there. No, is that it? Yes, here we go. Okay, now I found it. Give me a second to pull it up on screen. And is it that one? Yes, okay. So here you see this screenshot that Mr. Beast himself took. And he says, me, I raised $12 million to get hundreds of thousands of people clean water and save countless people from dying. Twitter, Mr. Beast is evil, which is just unreal, right? Like, so this was a quote post. So Jimmy had went live on Kick, on another platform. If you're not familiar with Kick, it's similar to Twitch, just a lot like a streaming platform. And so Jimmy originally posted, just did my first stream on Kick, and we raised over $12 million for charity, most money ever raised in a live stream, and showing the Team Water logo there and Jimmy and raising the $12 million. But then Raw Egg Nationalist decides he needs to say Mr. Beast is genuinely one of the most evil people alive today. I mean that. And of course, he's got no basis to say that. There's no follow up, no proof. It's just a random hate sentence. But I mean, I guess that's how you get attention on the internet, right? Just hate. Like, it's so sad and so unfortunate. It like, why? What's the point? And speaking of hate, here's another news story out of Canada, which I just saw today. A post from Ryan Garrettson, who is popular in Canadian circles on the old Twitter sphere, X sphere, 143,000 followers. So this from CP, City Pulse 24, man arrested after assaulting intruder inside his Lindsay home, according to police. So Ryan Garrison posted the intruder already had an arrest warrant, broke in with a weapon, and the homeowner was arrested for protecting his house. Canada is broken. And I can't really disagree with that. Like, I mean, we can't protect our own property because if you do, you're the one who's going to get arrested. It's unreal, right? Like that's Canada for you. So, yeah, that is Canada for you. Okay. Let's take a look at some we're just sort of, getting towards the end of the business day, so we're not quite to market close. But let's jump into a few things here to take a look at if anything interesting happened today in the business world, other than the Air Canada flight attendants finally, not finally, they were only on strike for a few days. So okay, so it is looking like the TSX, the Toronto Stock Exchange, is currently down by about 81 points. S&P 500 down by about 46. The Dow Jones is down by about 60. NASDAQ down 341, so that one's kind of big. Um, Bitcoin down by $3,000, but that's really nothing for Bitcoin. It jumps all over the place all the time, as we know. So are the Asian markets open yet again for tomorrow morning? Probably not yet, I guess, eh? And the European markets would be closed by now. So the FTSE closed about 31 points up. CAC, is that France? Yeah, France, Paris. The CAC closed up at 95 points. The DAX up 108. Is the DAX Germany? I think it is. It's not telling me where that is, but I think it is Germany. So not a whole lot of movement in the markets today. Just a pretty standard, little bit up, a little bit down. Nothing too overly exciting. Okay. Anything else going on today, folks? Anything else we need to address? I'm not really sure. I guess I just wanted to let you all know as well why I'm even here. So I've decided that on days that I'm not driving as much, as most of you know, I have my own delivery and courier service. And most days I'm driving hundreds of kilometers all around uh, Eastern Ontario, Central Ontario area, sometimes even driving into Montreal. And so on days that I'm not doing that, I'm going to try to go live more often and just give these little updates and just, just for fun, I guess, more than anything, just have a little bit of fun here and take a look at some of the news stories of the day and just sort of keep in touch as well. Keep in touch with my subscribers and followers here on YouTube. And if you're not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button so maybe someday YouTube will pay me and I can afford to feed my dog. Because trust me, he likes to eat every single day. And actually, I like to eat every single day as well. So yeah, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would really help out me and my dog, especially help out my dog. Like everybody loves dogs, right? If you don't love a dog, you have to love dogs and cats. Yeah, cats are good too. Yeah, so click that subscribe button for my dog, hit the like button, and yeah, hopefully, I know tomorrow I'm gonna be driving roughly 500 kilometers, and it's actually just a back and forth trip. I've gotta basically run up the road straight north from here, and then back straight north, and then back. So it adds up to about close to 500 kilometers. I think it's 489 or 470 or something like that. So I probably won't be around tomorrow, and then I think I might have another run on Thursday or Friday driving into Toronto. It's going to be another 5 or 600 kilometers just up and down the 401. So I probably one of those 2 days, I may be able to jump back on here and just do a little, news brief, news story updates and check in on YouTube, possibly Thursday or Friday, depending. So we'll just see how the rest of the week plays out. But with that said, thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream. And if you're watching later on the live stream, like after the live stream ends and you're watching, well, thank you for being here as well. And of course, like I said, please click that subscribe button. It really helps out a lot. It means a lot too, right? It's nice to see that number go up. And yeah, hit like, leave a comment, and like I said, Team Team Water, the link is in the description. Go and donate $1. $1 gives one person clean drinking water for a year. And so far, Team Water has already raised $20 million. Sorry, $30 million with a goal of raising 40 million this month of August. So click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Donate to Team Water. Click like, and I'll see you again next time.